Welcome to the Dog Post Game Show. The Brownies win. Woo-hoo-hoo.
And
How's everybody out there? Hello, hello. Hey, look there. There's Alec. Hello, Alec.
hello, I'm here today, welcoming me to the show.
Yes, we are just so excited. I'm still coming down off the high from the game. I mean, as a Browns fan, I'm like they're up 41 to like nothing or 14, and I'm thinking I'm still looking at the clock going, oh my gosh, how much time can we kill? And then, the Cowboys kept, and then they came back. They got 3 touchdowns with 3 2-point conversions. Oh my gosh, every Cleveland Browns fan across the globe is going, oh my gosh.
Yep,
I have a hard time. Uh,
roller coaster of emotions.
uh, you should be glad you weren't with me. I started at the sports bar down the street, came back home, and thought, okay, we're up 41 to 14. We're not going
Easy
to
win.
roller coaster. I figured Dallas would, make a run. They've played the last 3 games very, very, very well. But I didn't think that they would overcome that. And then all of a sudden, it's 41-38 with about 3.5 minutes to go.
Yep.
And there's our boy OBJ, your buddy.
Came up big this week. First week though. Now he just needs to rinse and repeat every week.
That's right. That's right. No, he had 3 touchdowns today, 2 catches. The first one was dramatic. He,
big, fake play.
the fake play
Yeah.
where they handed it off to Chubb, and then
I think it was Landry or
and then Landry got it.
Odell.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Landry was just awesome. Just a nice throw. That was exciting. And then Dallas took the lead. By the way, hey, welcome to the show. This is the Johnny Cleveland Podcast. This is the Dog Post Game Show. And I've got Alec here. Thank you, Alec, for joining us. We're excited to have you all the way up there from the state up north. I'm not supposed to mention it because I'm a Buckeye fan, but it's Michigan at Hope College. So good to have you here. But, man, what a game, right? When was I don't think I've known you my entire life. Have the Browns been 3-1?
Oh, no. I don't think so.
I don't think
I can't. Had a winning record since 2014?
Yeah, pretty much, yes. Now I saw a stat today that said that the Browns scored 31 points in the first half. They were up 31 to 14 at halftime.
Yeah.
They ended up scoring 34 points unanswered after the Cowboys took the lead 14-7. But it's been since 1968, before I was born, that the Browns have had 3 straight games where their offense has been able to score over 30 points. And they got 30 points today in the first half.
Yep.
Just amazing.
Who would have thought that Dallas would be 1-3 and the Browns would be 3-1?
I tell you, I'm still coming down because I was trying to coast like, okay, this is going to be okay. The Browns just got a good run game. Now, interestingly, in the beginning of the game, Nick Chubb, our boy Nick Chubb, just had a moment where he was running and then he got kind of rolled over by one of the offensive linemen. Looks like he was reaching for his calf. I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything?
I think it's an ankle, something sprained or.
Okay.
I don't think it's anything major.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Where did you hear that? Did you?
I was just on the ESPN app.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I was looking for some information on that, and it didn't look like his knee. It looked more like the calf or the ankle. Mm-hmm. And he's tough, man. He is tough. But when he went down, Kareem Hunt. See now, Kareem, he came in and did awesome. But he had a groin injury since the last game. So the star, the running back, was his name is D'Ernest Johnston, who came in, and he ended up with 13 carries had 95 yards. Just handled the load. Kareem Hunt, obviously he did. He ended up with 11 rushes for 73 yards. Kareem had the 2 touchdowns. That were really. They had that opening touchdown in the second half where I thought, okay, now we're really, we're up 38-14. Then they got the extra field goal, and I'm feeling good. But man, I'm telling you, you know how it is, right? You've watched so many Browns games over the years with me.
Oh yeah. Last 4 minutes of the game, I was like, "How are the Browns going to screw it up this time?" But
Amazing stuff. No, just looking at the stats here, the Brownies ended up having over 300 yards rushing. They had 307 yards rushing. They controlled pretty much the time of possession. They had about 33, 34 minutes of time of possession compared to the Cowboys. I think they had like 26. So the Browns really did maintain a good control. It was just that very last, 10 to 12 minutes of the game that were just like panic mode. So I'm more relieved than anything right now. So, and the thing too, again, Baker Mayfield, looking at his stats, he was 19 for 30 for only 165 yards, but he had 2 great touchdown passes, and he's just doing what he needs to do. And the Browns are 3-1. Victory Monday. Victory Monday.
Yep.
Woo.
Heck yeah.
Are your buddies up there in the state up north happy too? Were they watching the game, or?
We were watching the Seattle Dolphins one mainly.
Who ended up winning that one?
I think Seattle came out with the win.
Okay.
Yeah, but we were expecting that to be like a shootout between.
What was the?
It was only like 21 to something, I think, maybe.
Okay.
It was very
well, that was one of my
scoring.
games that we picked. I picked the Seahawks to beat the Dolphins down there. But now you were telling me just before we came on air that your buddy had OBJ on his fantasy league team.
Trying to make a trade for him because he's benched him every week except for maybe like the first week. And then
you tried to trade for him?
Yeah. Because I thought like going up against Dallas, they're not great with the defensive against the wideouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wide receivers. And Odell was projected like 13, 14 points. I thought he was going to go off. This is the game.
Right.
And he went off. And my friend benched him and now is missing out on 40 points.
It was great when he made that. Well, so the Browns, again, I think we talked about, but I don't know if we mentioned the details, but so the Cowboys got to within 41-38 and they squib kicked it. The Browns ended up getting the ball around the 50-yard line. And on the first play of that drive, they had a shuttle pass, an end around for OBJ. And it looked like he was going to get tackled 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, got past that guy, put on a full head of steam, got down the right side, everybody over pursued. He cuts back all the way, touchdown. Yeah. And he was, oh man, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. If folks are listening to me, I don't have much voice right now. You've seen a few of those moments, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
You like to run to the other room. Yeah. I think Grant got a little nervous. Grant man, he did his old with the computer.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else did you take away from the game? What did you think overall?
Browns seem solid. They have a lot of options right now. Like if Baker can really get his game together and start throwing more yards, then the Browns could make a playoff run, I think.
Yeah, I mean, he was hitting, like he got Austin Hooper in the game. Yeah, Harrison Bryant, the rookie.
Yeah, but like
Jarvis had that first play from the line of scrimmage when they had the touchdown with the end around, which was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the running game was tremendous today. Over 300 yards rushing. I mean, when the Browns do, I mean, that's classic Browns. Now some of the end arounds aren't, but Nick Chubb going down early, this is like so significant. I know it's early in the year, and hopefully we'll get through the year with everything that's been going on with COVID. But, for today, everyone really everybody looked like they were in tune.
Yeah.
There weren't a lot of penalties from either side. And I give Dallas credit for coming back. They've really, been coming back every one of these games, but just getting more confident every time you watch the Browns,
Mm-hmm.
The last time, I'm trying to remember the last year, it was when we had Brian Hoyer and Johnny Manziel. Do you remember that year when that was the year 2000, I think 14. We had a winning record.
Yeah.
And then they brought Johnny Manziel in late in the season. That was dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
But no, really good game. I just, looking at some of the stats here again, it was that big end around play for OBJ, the 50-yard run for the touchdown. He had also had 5 catches for 81 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Kareem had 2 touchdowns. I just liked, Nick Chubb had 43 yards and he only had like 3 or 4 carries. I think the Browns averaged almost anywhere between around 9 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Which is just amazing, as Browns fans.
Yeah.
So very exciting stuff. I even heard from the guys there in Kansas, the old coaches like Coach Christensen. He said that he was rooting for the Browns today. So
there you go.
I thought that was a good omen. So thank you, Coach. Also have, I don't know if you guys can see, well, I don't think you can see I got the Browns helmet next to me, but in a split screen here. So I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if we can see this. And thank you, Coach Bruce. There, he made this wonderful helmet here. So, Coach Classic. So nice to have them contribute to this. I also want to, just give a shout out. This whole podcast too. I want to give, and I'd like to talk a little bit more about my cousin Matt. And this podcast, I want to dedicate this to him. So he would be very excited. I'm sure that the Browns won the way that they did, especially against the Cowboys. So just thinking about him today. So we're excited that they won. But so the Browns win tonight, 49-38, and they go to 3-1 on the season. Was looking at some of the other. Let's see here. So next week. I was looking here. I think the Browns go and they have a home game against the Indianapolis Colts. It's a late afternoon game. Do we know anything about the Colts, Alec? Do you have anybody on your fantasy league team with the Colts?
I don't think so, no.
How is your team doing this week? Have you been checking your stats today?
They're doing all right. They're up there. Nick Chubb going out hurt me a little bit.
Yes.
Only getting the 4 points.
Yes.
And it was early on, and that's a key player to my team right now.
Yes.
But
yes,
overall we're doing well. I think I have like Robbie Anderson from the Panthers. He put up 18 points.
Oh, good.
Devontae Parkinson.
Who won the game between the Lions today? The Lions and New Orleans. Did you catch that one?
I think New Orleans did.
Did they come back? Because
not sure.
Detroit got a big lead early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take a look here.
Look, I was going to take a look and let me know, or I can look at it. Or you're off screen.
Quick.
Okay, he's off screen. There's a black screen there, but he's going to take a look. Well, so the Browns looked really good today. I wrote some notes down early on in the contest while he's looking for that. The Browns went down early. They got the lead. Then they went down 14-7. And you're thinking, okay, it's going to be a shootout with the Cowboys. But then they started taking the lead again. Hooper caught a touchdown pass. OBJ caught a couple touchdown passes. They were up 31-14 at half, got the ball back at the beginning of the second half, scored again. Oh, my God. Like, us Browns fans, any of you guys who are watching it, you follow it out there in Kansas, or all of these Browns backers, you know what I mean. It's one of those things where, in our lifetime, it's hard. The last time I can think of the Browns winning games like this big and scoring this many points was like in the era of Bernie Kosar back in the late 80s and the early 90s. But then you look at the stat where they said that the Browns had never had a stretch since 1968 of scoring 30 or more points. So this is really phenomenal. And, you think about the averages now for the Browns. They've had scored, all these points. They're averaging, I don't know what their average is going to be right now. And they only scored, 6 points in the first game. But they've scored 34, 35, and today 49.
Yeah.
I almost hit 50 today. I was hoping they could put a 60 on the Cowboys, but just held on then, for kind of dear life at the end. Did you find some other scores there? I didn't get.
Yeah, Saints won 35-29.
Okay. What were some of the other scores?
Ah, crap. I didn't.
Oh, it's okay. No, I got it up here too. Let me see. I'm going to pull it up on my end because folks that might be listening, thank you for watching the podcast. I see that there are several of you. If you want to make a comment to the show or have a question for Alec or I, those of you who are interested in adding to the entertainment value of our podcast, please chime in. There is a a comment button. Oh, I do see a comment button. Let's click on it and see what it says. Oh, who is it from? Oh, wow. There you go. We have a comment. Hopefully, I don't know if she's still watching, but we're going to show it. This is from Miss Julie. Your form. I don't. Did you have her as a teacher in middle school? Hello, Julie. So. I hope you're watching. Nice comment there. Proof that 2020 is messed up. Yes, this is truly a messed up year, and the Browns are winning. Actually.
Yep.
What is wrong? I had other comments from that too, from other folks. So, but yes. Did you find some other scores? I can grab them.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, hold on a second. I was trying to find. Okay. So let's see here. Oh, I had it, but I might not have it. So the Browns do play next week against the Indianapolis Colts. It's a late afternoon game. It's at a 4:30 start time. So, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Another home game. It is the Colts. I mean, Colts are solid, but, the Browns are just playing out of their minds on offense. If they got three, now, even though they gave up 1,000 points on defense today, they still got turnovers.
Yeah.
They ended up with 3 turnovers. And really, I thought, what did you think about that play? The cornerback for the Browns who was getting burned in the backfield. He had a nice play where he strip sacked Ezekiel Elliott when he was going down. And remember how he got, and that really, because at that point the Browns were already up 21-14.
Yeah.
And then they got that strip, got it, and then that put them up like 28-14, right?
Sure. Yeah.
They've been. Yeah. Remember that play was in the first half?
I might have missed it. I don't remember that one exactly.
Yeah, it was early in the first half. But that really was, I mean, the Browns, the biggest thing I see right now, I don't know what you think watching the game so far, but the Browns are really producing when they're getting those turnovers. They're turning those turnovers into points. Think about this. Hugh Jackson, who used to be the Browns coach, who was he's just an awful coach. Just like he was 3-36-1. 3-36-1. And Kevin Stefanski, now the coach of the Browns, has his 3rd win in only 4 games. That's just like, are you kidding me?
Yep.
Stefanski is a rock. He is steady Eddie, and I just see him as just really being a big reason for all of this. And, you get OBJ happy, and I think that's overplayed by a lot of people, especially in national media, who want to make him into a bad apple. What do you think about OBJ?
I think he's fine.
Yeah.
Good player. Good off the field. I don't know. He doesn't get into much trouble outside of the field, right?
Right. Well, when he was in New York, he was kind of a lot of people
seem a little bit arrogant with like his celebrations and stuff. I think he comes off bad to people who aren't fans of the team or OBJ.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, now you're not as big of a Browns fan probably as I, but you got pretty much into the Cavaliers back in 2016. So I'm trying to still, push that with you that the Browns are.
Yeah.
Very good.
When I have to cheer for a team, it's the Browns. So
that's good. That's good. It's got the way it has to be.
Now.
So in some earlier games I'm watching, I've got the game on right now between the Bills and the Raiders. I like the Buffalo Bills. Mo Money likes the Buffalo Bills. She's been to several games in her past.
Josh Allen's been great for them this year.
Yes, Josh Allen has been. Yes. Got to see that, that was the game last year the Browns played the Bills. I think was it a preseason game or maybe a regular season? I mean, he was just kind of coming into his own. He was a rookie. Mm-hmm. Other games today. So the Bengals did get their first win today. Cincinnati did. Joe Burrow got their first win against the Jaguars. They won 33-25. The Saints did win, like you said. And the Dolphins ended up pulling away from the Dolphins, or Seattle ended up pulling away from the Dolphins 31-23. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady, Mo Money's favorite quarterback, they were down kind of midway through that game against the Los Angeles Chargers 24-7. Tom Brady brought him back. Chargers took the lead. Tom Brady then got the lead again, and they pull away and they win that game 38-31. The Ravens pretty much just destroyed Washington, had their way with Washington. Carolina Panthers won a game again. They beat the Cardinals. Here I thought the Cardinals were going to be a little bit better. Then they started out kind of well. They've got that quarterback Murray in the as QB, but Carolina's not playing with Cam Newton. By the way, did you see the Cam Newton got COVID and then that
had to bench him for the week?
Yes,
had to put in Joe Burrow over Cam.
Oh, did you end up doing that?
Yeah, but so sounds like the Pats Chiefs game will be tomorrow night now.
That's what it sounds like. And I was reading something today. They said they sent 2 planes of athletes. A group of the one plane had only players that had interaction with Cam Newton, which is interesting. And then they had another plane of players that did not. So, I mean, it's good that I think it's interesting to see how this is playing out and how especially the NFL. I know they're not in a bubble, and I know some people have been saying, well, the NFL needs to be in a bubble now, but
yeah,
we just have to play by ear. I think that's all you can do. Continue to test like we're doing, and I think that is helpful in making a call in these games. So yeah, they're going to play tomorrow night. It looks like they're going to have a start time at I think 7:00 Eastern. It's going to be on CBS.
Yeah,
and then the regular Monday night game will be normal on ESPN. The Vikings did get a win. I picked that too. The Minnesota Vikings picked up a win on the road. They beat the Houston Texans. Houston is falling apart. That's why when I look at the Browns' schedule right now, I'm going like, they got these 2 games coming back off their bye in a few weeks when they play Houston and then they play Philadelphia at home. And I know I'm walking down the line, and Browns fans have a tendency to do that. But who knows? We'll see what next week brings. The Colts might bring us back to reality, but I don't think a lot of folks. I know most of the Cleveland media. When I was looking at like the Cleveland sports newspapers and stuff, I think all of them picked Dallas to win this game. The great Tony Grossi, who I like to follow, he and on 850 Radio, he picked the Cowboys to win as well. But we can never pick against the Browns yet.
No.
Anything else that caught your eye today?
I think it's just interesting to see how like injuries are just stacking up amongst all the players, and that's probably a large fact due to the whole COVID break. People out of the season weren't going 100%, and like it just seems like every week star players are dropping off right now. Right.
Like I was thinking like New Orleans, Michael Thomas got hurt.
Yeah,
that first week, and so but now they were able to come back and recover against the Lions today. Did anybody else go down today? I mean, obviously Nick Chubb, but he kind of got
not a lot today yet. I don't think so.
Okay,
but like last weekend, a lot of people went down.
Yes,
Saquon Barkley. I mean McCaffrey.
See, and a lot of people were complaining about the new turf there in New York because the 49ers played both the Giants and the Jets.
Yeah.
And all those 49ers players got hurt that first week, and they were all complaining about the surface. But the NFL, they looked at it, they didn't determine that there was anything awfully wrong. Now, I do think that the idea of going back to grass fields, I think that's the play. I mean, that's what I would be encouraging people to do. But that's what I remember growing up as a kid, going to the old municipal stadium. You walk up that old lofts up there, and you go out there and you see that field that usually when we go to watch a Browns game, they still had the Cleveland Indians infield of dirt right there. And so it was always and the field always looked so small compared like when you would watch it on TV. When I was a kid, you go to those games, and it was just amazing how small the actual football field is surrounded by 80,000 seats and fans. It looked very minuscule. So, but the Browns did a great job today. It's just so exciting. I was, as a Browns fan, a lifelong fan, you're just like, these games, these moments, they don't come along very long. And it's like, oh my gosh, they're winning. Like, oh my gosh, it's like, 40-0, and like we're winning this. How is this possible? Every week as a Browns fan, you always felt, especially the last several years, like it would always come down to the wire. And this game did come down to the wire still.
A little bit.
But we're winning the games now rather than lose the games. Somebody was making a comment that for last year at this time when Freddie Kitchens was the quarterback or was the coach, that the Browns were not in the same spot. I think they were 2-2, but they had just come off a loss against the Los Angeles Rams, that home game where they had the ball at near the goal line, they couldn't score, or the Browns couldn't score. And, this guy was saying, just hold the brakes, this guy in the media today with the Browns. But, this is different. This is a different feeling to me. I know it's early again, and us Browns fans are, I've said a lot of crazy things about players like Johnny Manziel, where I thought he was the guy. I don't know. I've said this in the last couple of podcasts. What do you think about Baker Mayfield overall? What do you see in him? Do you think he's like, does he need to be like the best, or do you think
I think as a leadership role, he's just filling in well. He's got the personality to make everyone like pumped for game day.
Yeah.
And like, even if he isn't putting up the numbers or throwing touchdown passes, he still has that organization for the whole team. And I feel like that's more useful than actually throwing the passes half the time, especially when the Browns are such a running based game right now.
Yes. He seems like his demeanor, today he had family in the stands. Myles Garrett had family in the stands. All these players had folks there. That it was good to see the fans. It's good to see a semi crowd there. But you're right. I like the progressive commercials a lot better when they're winning. Did you see the one today during the one timeout?
I don't know.
There was one like they had like a book club.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one. It's pretty funny.
I hadn't seen that one. So those progressive commercials, thank you, Progressive. They're much more entertaining when the Browns are winning, and Baker Mayfield hopefully will benefit from that long term. I don't see Baker Mayfield as being, everything to everybody, but he's got to make like that throw early on when they went 3 and out right before they did get it was before Dallas went down and got to within 3 points. They had a chance to get the first down, and he overthrew OBJ. Do you remember that play on the out route? He was kind of going down the sideline, and he had a touchdown. Missed that, but they made a nice recovery, and he didn't have to do too much, did he? That D'Ernest Johnson, somebody said he went to school down in Florida. I need to double check on that, what college he was at down there. But what a running performance today. 13 carries, 95 yards, stepping in for, unexpectedly for Nick Chubb, who's the workhorse. Kareem Hunt was really good today again. That touchdown in the second half was tremendous. They're just missing they're breaking tackles too. That's also the impressive thing. It's like watching Madden, right? On playing Madden football.
Yeah.
You ever play that now?
I actually was just talking to Carter about investing in Madden 2021, 2020, whatever.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Madden.
Are they all giving you crap about the Browns winning right now?
No, I mean, Adrian said something today. He was like, yeah, what is happening with football right now? The Browns are winning. And so, yeah, it's shocking to everyone, not just the Browns fans.
Well, it is 2020, so we can thank 2020 for that. And, we'll see what happens next time. Looking forward to that. Where are you at tonight? You're up there at the school?
Yeah, I have some editing projects to get done here in the studio. So
yes, and if you're watching the podcast right now, your tagline, I've mentioned you. We talked about it a few times in other podcasts, but it's on YouTube. Your tag name is what?
I'm Jabster.
I'm Jabster. I am Jabz.
Yep.
TER.
Yep.
Alec does an amazing job with his video production. He has how many subscribers now?
Just over 91,000.
91,000. I want 91,000 subscribers. If you're watching right now on YouTube or Facebook, go over to YouTube, go to Johnny Cleveland Podcast, and subscribe to my podcast. I don't know if I'm going to reach 91,000 subscribers, but
we'll get you at some point.
That would be great. And if you get over 100,000, you start getting like extra bonus points from YouTube, right?
Kind of. You can get like a plaque to put up on your wall saying that
there you go.
You reached 100,000 subscribers.
That's right. That's right. Well,
yeah.
Alec does a great job. He has some very entertaining, like world soccer videos that are tremendous. So check those out if you get a chance. I'm Jabster, and they're fun. And he does an amazing job. He's getting ready to graduate from Hope College up there, the Flying Dutchman from Holland, Michigan. So we're excited to see that finish up this year.
Yep.
Been a busy week for you. You've been doing a lot of recording as well, haven't you?
Yep. My school, since we can't have like all the live events in person with crowds,
yes,
they stream everything. So music concerts, theater plays, they come to us to stream it for them.
So that's a lot.
Yeah, but the plus side is I actually get to go to the events.
That's awesome.
Be in person there. So
that's great. That's great. Well, we're excited you were able to come on and join us. I know you're becoming a little bit bigger of a Browns fan as this week's go on. So we'd love to have you come back. Hopefully they're going to get another win next week against the Colts. We'll talk about the Colts later this week. We'll try to have a midweek show, either probably Wednesday-ish. And then again, I tried out my hand at this Saturday morning quarterback yesterday's show. I don't know if you caught that, Alec, but we kind of did a little bit of an update on the upcoming games for the weekend and the college game. Even talked about Kansas State yesterday. And we kind of previewed that, and we previewed the Browns game today. So we might start trying to do a Saturday morning show, have a cup of coffee with me, and talk football. And so we'll see what happens for next week. We'll start previewing the Browns for the game against the Colts. They're 3-1. Tomorrow is Victory Monday. Woo, 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 woo. And so if you're watching, thank you for coming on and watching our show. We really appreciate you tuning in. And please tune back in later again on the Johnny Cleveland podcast. We'll be putting this out on audio too. So if you don't get to see our smiling faces, you can listen to us. Alec, any final parting comments about this today, this great Sunday victory for the Browns, 49-38 over the Coboys?
Not really. Just shocking that the Browns are winning.
Shock and awe. By the way, do you like the combo of Joel Bitonio for the Browns, offensive lineman, said that Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are like fire and ice. They're like polar opposites. That, Chubb does not talk at all during the game, can't get a smile out of him, and Kareem Hunt is very vocal. And I like that nickname, Fire and Ice. We need to do something with Fire and Ice.
Pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody's already created a T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We should Google it and see if we can buy a T-shirt already.
All right. Next podcast, you'll be wearing a Fire and Ice shirt.
That's right. Hey, I got another characterization. I got another pick. And you saw that picture yesterday. Laura took that photo with our podcast when I was in my Browns gear. So we're going to have that characterized and use that as another alternative to our podcast caricature, which we have right now up in that corner. If you're watching the stream, that wonderful looking guy, and we're going to do another one. So looking forward to that. All things Cleveland sports. I'm still trying to come up with another slogan, because like the land, what about the land in full effect? What do you think about that? The land, that's what
full effect. Wait, as like
I was thinking like name? Lake Effect. We get Lake Effect snow up in Cleveland, and like
for the show name.
Yeah, like that, like a little tag, like an alternative tag, like the land. We talk about northeastern Ohio is the land, like LeBron talked about the land.
Yeah.
So I was thinking the land in full effect.
Yeah.
What do you think?
You like it? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Creative.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm old, but I can still try to be creative. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching the show. Alec, thank you for being on the show. It was great to have you on. Thank you. And have a good rest of your evening, buddy. And if you're watching the show, if you're listening to the show, I hope you have a great evening. Stay safe, stay well. Make sure that you all keep smiling, and we will talk to you again later. Everybody take care. Go Browns. Hoo, hoo.